Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I coach people to play their professional and personal games big. And in doing so, people will talk to me about their discomfort with networking. So I thought I would talk about two of the situations that are most uncomfortable for people and teach you or remind you, depending upon your circumstances, of how to get yourself out of it. Now, the first one came up in a conversation I had with a coaching client yesterday who talked about being in an informational interview with a former colleague. They've moved on, and now they get to the part of the conversation where they talk about how they'd be open to something else, which the former colleague interprets as being, hey, you hate it just like I did. And they go on this lengthy tirade that's really uncomfortable for you about how the firm you work for is terrible, how they wronged them, and all you feel like doing is getting yourself out of there. Here's the way to head that off and deal with it. Ready? You're going to need one prop, and that is your phone. Here's what I want you to do. When you arrive to such a meeting, let's say you're meeting someone for lunch or coffee or whatever, I want you to make a great flourish out of telling them that you're going to turn off your phone now or put it on airplane mode. Actually, put it on airplane mode. That's the better way of doing it. So as soon as they get there, say, oh, I want to give you my attention. I'm going to put my phone on airplane mode. And then you turn it over so it's face down. Now, let's say there's a great conversation going on, and then it switches, and you're starting to feel uncomfortable. I want you to switch it to right side up so you can see the time and flick the time on so you notice it. And then from there, if the conversation, if the person you're networking with persists in going on this lengthy, uncomfortable tirade, you pause for a second, take your phone and go, I have a call I need to do in about 15 minutes that I need to head out for. Or I have a call I'm going to be getting shortly that I don't want to disrupt this with. Or you can do the looking for the waiter or waitress to get the check over to the table kind of scenario, which is definitely one of those cues of ending. But the phone is like a subtle one. Big flourish about turning it down, big barely noticed thing about turning it face side up, looking at the time, and then from there say, I have somewhere I need to be in, or I have a call that I'm expecting that I can't really take here. So what I'd like to do is, and then you set up the next conversation, but what you've done is end that set of circumstances. Another one is at the networking meeting. You're going someplace to network. Maybe it's a professional group, maybe it's a job search club, whatever it is, and there's a networking part of the evening. Here's what you do. Number one is don't stay leaning against the wall. Always put yourself in the middle of the action. Number two is, let's say you're getting buttonholed by someone who's talking on and on about things that are of no interest to you whatsoever. Now here there's a subtlety, there's a gender difference that comes into play. And for guys, some of you may be able to do what I'm going to suggest and say, hey, let's go talk to that guy over there, or oh, this is a networking meeting. We got to go network, right? As much as I'd love to talk to you, we got to go network with some other folks. So let's exchange cards, pick up with one another, and then you go off your separate ways. Now, for women, you can't necessarily play it that same way because all the gender biases come up that she, meaning you, are obnoxious. I'm not going to go through the lengthy list. You know it intrinsically. So you might just do the subtle move of saying, in a sweet way, say, who do you think would be the most interesting person around here for us to get to know? So you kind of get them into the conspiracy. And then if there's someone that you're particularly interested in meeting, you might just simply say, how about that one over there? What do you say we walk over and get to know them? And then when you get over there, what you're able to do is get that person's attention, engage in the conversation. And invariably what happens is the person that you're trying to ditch feels ditched and they go away. So what you've done is create a bridge to the new person that kind of lets the other one wither away. So that's a couple of techniques that you can use to extricate yourself from awkward moments. If you have different ideas, leave it in the comments area below. It'll help other folks. And if I like them, I'll give you a big thumbs up. If not, I may write something in response. But just go out and help some folks, give people some ideas. I'm Jeff Altman. I hope you found this helpful. My website is thebiggamehunter.us. There's a lot there you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find work more quickly. If you'd like me to answer your job search questions, at my website, there's a tab that says Have Your Job Search Questions Answered. I do charge for the service, but it is well worth it. Also, if you'd like me to coach you throughout your search, you can order time from me at the website on a monthly basis or on an individual session basis. Monthly is much preferable for you. You have more access to me, plus scheduled times with me. Also, if you'd like me to deconstruct what you've been doing up until this point, your resume, your LinkedIn profile, the activities that you're involved with, kind of break it down and tell you what you're doing well and how you might be able to improve some of the others, there's another tab that talks about job search makeovers. You might want to order a makeover from me. I'm Jeff Altman. I hope you found this helpful. Hope you have a great day. Take care.